In the city of Enugu, nestled in the heart of Igbo land, stood a grand palace. The palace was the residence of King Obina and his beautiful queen, Adaeze. It was a place of wealth, power, and influence, where decisions affecting the entire kingdom were made. One sunny morning, a young maiden named Nneka arrived at the palace. She was brought to serve in the queen's quarters, having been recommended by a distant relative who worked in the palace. Nneka was known for her beauty and her skill in various household chores. She was ambitious and always dreamt of a better life. As Nneka entered the palace, she marveled at its splendor. The marble floors gleamed, and the walls were adorned with intricate carvings, and the air was filled with the scent of exotic flowers. Nneka's heart raced with excitement. She knew this was her chance to rise above her humble beginnings. Nneka was led to the queen's chambers, where she would be working closely with Queen Adaeze. The queen was known for her grace, kindness, and beauty. As Nneka entered the room, she saw the queen seated by the window, her elegant fingers deftly weaving a basket. Queen Adaeze looked up and smiled warmly at Nneka. "Welcome, Nneka," she said. "I hope you will find your place here comfortable. There is so much to learn and do, but I believe you will do well." Nneka curtsied and thanked the queen. As she began her duties, she couldn't help but feel a pang of envy. The queen's life seemed so perfect, and Nneka wished she could have a taste of this luxury and power. As days turned into weeks, Nneka grew more and more jealous of Queen Adaeze. She watched as the queen attended grand banquets, wore the finest clothes, and was adored by all. Nneka's jealousy festered, and she began to resent the queen's good fortune. Nneka's ambition grew stronger each day. She fantasized about how it would be like to be queen, to have everyone bow to her and enjoy all the riches of the palace. She decided that she would do whatever it takes to make her dream come true. One day, as Nneka laid in her bed, she devised a plan to take the queen's place. She knew it wouldn't be easy, but she was determined. She began to think of ways to make Queen Adaeze look bad in the eyes of King Obina and the people of the palace. Nneka started small, spreading rumors about the queen's character. She whispered to the other servants that the queen was not as kind as she seemed and that she had a secret, dark side. At first, no one believed her, but Nneka was persistent. She knew that if she kept planting seeds of doubt, they would eventually grow. Nneka continued her campaign to discredit Queen Adaeze. She began to manipulate situations to make the queen look incompetent. For instance, she would hide important items and then suggest that the queen had misplaced them. She would also make subtle changes to the queen's orders, causing confusion among the servants. Queen Adaeze noticed the increasing tension in the palace, but couldn't understand why it was happening. She felt that she was losing the trust and respect of her staff, which saddened her deeply. Nneka, on the other hand, was pleased with her progress. She knew she was getting closer to her goal. Nneka realized that to take the queen's place, she needed to gain King Obina's favor. She began to find ways to spend time in his presence, always ensuring she was helpful and charming. She would bring him his favorite drinks, offer to help with minor tasks, and always had a kind word for him. King Obina, being a kind and trusting man, began to notice Nneka's diligence. He appreciated her efforts and often praised her, which only fueled Nneka's ambition. She started to believe that her plan was foolproof. As Nneka's influence grew, Queen Adaeze found herself increasingly isolated. She couldn't understand why her once harmonious palace was now filled with mistrust and gossip. The queen confided in her closest maid Chika, who had been with her for many years. Chika, I feel as though I'm losing control of my own household, Queen Adaeze said one evening. There are whispers and accusations, and I don't even know where they are coming from. Chika, who had always noticed this change, vowed to help the queen uncover the truth. She began to keep a close eye on Nneka, suspecting that the young maiden was behind the discord. One day, while cleaning the queen's chambers, Nneka found a valuable necklace. Instead of returning it, she decided to hide it and later accused Queen Adaeze of losing it. She believed this would further tarnish the queen's reputation. However, Chika, who had been watching Nneka closely, saw her take the necklace. Chika decided to confront Nneka later that night, hoping to scare her into confessing her misdeeds. Nneka, I saw what you did today, Chika said sternly. You must return the necklace and stop whatever you were planning to do. Nneka, caught off guard, tried to deny it, but Chika's unwavering gaze made her realize she had been caught. Reluctantly, Nneka returned the necklace, but her resolve to become queen only grew stronger. She knew she had to be more careful. Despite the close call, Nneka's determination didn't waver. She continued to manipulate those around her, using lies and deceit to further her ambition. She began to foster on creating a rift between king and queen, hoping to drive them apart. Nneka would subtly suggest to King Obinna that Queen Adaeze was not as dedicated to him as she once was. She would imply that the queen was neglecting her duties and that the people were starting to notice. King Obinna, though initially dismissive, began to doubt his own judgments. Nneka's lies started to take a toll on the king and queen's relationship. They argued more frequently, and the once strong bond between them weakened. Queen Adaeze, heartbroken by the growing distance between her and her husband, couldn't understand why things were falling apart. Nneka, seeing her plan unfold, felt a twist sense of satisfaction. She knew she was playing a dangerous game, but she was too far gone to turn back. She continued to weave her web of deceit, hoping to one day sit on the throne as queen. Chika, still suspicious of Nneka, decided to investigate further. She quietly spoke to the other servants, piecing together bits of information. It became clear that Nneka was at the center of the palace troubles. Chika knew she needed solid proof to expose Nneka's true nature to the king and queen. One night, Chika followed Nneka as she snuck out of the palace. She watched Nneka met with a shady character in a dark alley, exchanging whispers and money. Chika knew this was the evidence she needed to bring Nneka's scheme to light. Chika carefully crafted a plan to expose Nneka. She knew she had to act quickly before Nneka could cause small harm. Chika decided to gather all the servants and confront Nneka in front of them, ensuring that they were witnesses to her confession. The next morning, Chika called a meeting in the palace courtyard. She explained to the assembled servants what she had discovered and urged them to stand with her against Nneka. The servants, tired of the tension and mistrust, agreed to support Chika. With the servants' support, Chika confronted Nneka in the courtyard. Nneka, we know what you have been doing, Chika declared. You have been spreading lies and causing discord in this palace. It's time to confess your misdeeds. Nneka, shocked and frightened, tried to deny the accusation, but the servants, armed with the evidence Chika had gathered, stood firm. Realizing she was cornered, Nneka's face began to crumble. She broke down and confessed her schemes, admitting her desire to become queen. Chika brought Nneka before King Obina and Queen Adaeze. Nneka, trembling with fear, recounted her actions and motives. The king and queen listened in stunned silence, unable to believe that someone they had welcomed into their home could be so treacherous. Queen Adaeze, though deeply hurt, maintained her composure. Nneka, you have betrayed our trust and caused great pain, she said. Your greed and jealousy has brought nothing but sorrow to this palace. King Obina added, You will be punished for your actions, Nneka. Your deceit ends here. King Obina called for a council meeting to decide Nneka's fate. The council, comprised of wise elders and respected advisers, deliberated carefully. They recognized the severity of Nneka's betrayal and the harm she had caused to the palace harmony. After much discussion, the council decided that Nneka would be banished from the palace and the city of Enugu. She would be stripped of her title and forbidden from ever returning. Nneka, now realizing the consequences of her actions, begged for mercy, but the council's decision was final. With heavy hearts, King Obina and Queen Adaeze watched as Nneka was escorted out of the palace gates. The once ambitious maiden was now alone, facing a future of uncertainty and regret. As Nneka disappeared from view, the palace was filled with a sober silence. The king and queen looked at each other, their bond strengthened by the ordeal they had endured. But unknown to them, a new threat loomed on the horizon, waiting to challenge their happiness once more. Thank you guys for watching. As at the time of recording this video, the part 2 will be out in a few days. So hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop that video. And if you found this story interesting, please support this small channel by liking this video and of course hitting the subscribe button. Thank you so much guys, and I'll see you.